Right now, officials are searching for a child last seen a week ago in Madison. What you should be on the lookout for.
Plus, the construction plans for a new Dane County jail is hitting another snag. What county leaders now have to figure out.
And later, wedding barn owners are worried they could go out of business over a bill heading to the governor's desk. What this new piece of legislation would do if signed into law. And we welcome you to News 3 now at 6. And we begin with that continuing coverage on a missing 12-year-old girl.
Officials say she was last seen in Madison last week. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, Danielle Noble has been missing since November 7th. She's described as being 5 feet tall and 156 pounds. Noble has brown eyes and black hair. Authorities warn she may be traveling out of state. Anyone with information on her is asked to call the numbers there on your screen.
The bidding process is now over for construction of a hotly debated new Dane County jail, a project that's been years in the making, and it's not good news for the county.
So the only bid for the latest construction came in well above the budget set aside for the new jail, leaving county leaders having to figure out what's next. Our Braden Ross spoke to some of those leaders today and joins us live from downtown Madison. Braden.
Yeah, guys, this is the building we've been talking about for years now. It's a city-county building, and it holds about 200 people in the jail portion of the building. But that's an area that Sheriff Calvin Barrett tells me is borderline unconstitutional. He said that repeatedly, and now the plans to replace that building are on hold again. Rising construction costs have put the project to replace this building over budget several times. Back in April, Sheriff Barrett and the Dane County Board finally reached a deal to keep the project moving forward. And just last week, they approved almost $160 million in the latest county budget for both construction and logistical costs of building a new jail. But that brings us to yesterday. The only bid to build that jail came in over budget again, this time by almost $30 million. So where does that leave the project?
It makes it much more difficult when we're dealing with an unsafe, inhumane, and borderline unconstitutional building. So we have to move forward, we have to collaborate, and we have to do it quickly because those that we're trying to help are suffering the most.
There are a few other options, though. The county board could approve the extra funding needed to keep the current plan. They could start from scratch and come up with a new one or some mixture of the two. But either way, Sheriff Calvin Barrett tells me this has to happen soon to keep the people who are in this jail safe. And we'll have more on these plans coming up tonight at 10. For now, in Madison, Braden Ross for News 3 Now.
People took to protesting outside the Wisconsin Department of Corrections today, calling for an end to lockdowns at state prisons.
Well, the demonstration comes after an announcement this week from the governor saying changes are being made. Kyle Pozorski was there this morning and shares what they hope happens. Kyle?
The governor said yesterday that sweeping measures are being made to help ensure safety of staff and inmates at state prisons. It follows a federal lawsuit alleging horrible living conditions at the Waupun and Green Bay facilities. Today's protest was planned before Tuesday's announcement, but the people I spoke with say the governor needs to follow through on prior promises before making new ones.
We know that the conditions have been so horrific that 3 individuals have taken their own lives. This is a state of emergency.
On top of calling for an end to the lockdowns, they're asking for other changes. These include expanding earned release programs and getting additional support to inmates facing mental health crises. The group today walked inside the DOC building, hoping to deliver a list of questions to Secretary Kevin Carr. DOC staff told the protesters that Carr was not available for comment, but did say their list will be given to him at a later time.
Kyle, thank you. Well, hopefully everyone got a chance to get out and enjoy today's weather, because it won't last for long, but Gary tells us maybe a bit longer, right?
One more day. You're on notice. If you didn't enjoy today's weather, you got to get out tomorrow. It'll be a little more windy, but still, temperatures will be unseasonably mild before a strong cold front reaches us tomorrow night. Time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam. Another beautiful sunrise in the east. Very little in the way of cloud cover today. Mostly sunny skies really from sun up to sundown. But as we take a look at Doppler track, there's really no precipitation anywhere across the Midwest, and that's a good sign, at least in the short term, that we will see very little in the way of precipitation. Low temperatures this morning, not bad. 39 in Madison, 43 degrees in Janesville. Notice to the west, down to 32 in Lone Rock and in Boscobel, down in the Wisconsin River Valley. Light winds, the cold air just kind of settles in those areas. But take a look at the high temperatures. 67 in Boscobel, Madison 64, Janesville 64. Just unseasonably mild. Temperatures now have dropped back almost 20 degrees. We're at 46 in Madison, 47 in the Dells, still 52 in Janesville. Here in Dane County, it's 42 in Middleton, and look for temperatures to drop into the middle 40s by about 10 p.m. with mostly clear skies this evening. Later on, I'll take a look at how warm it's expected to get for tomorrow and how much will cool off for Friday.
The Madison Common Council has approved the mayor's spending plan. Yesterday, alders voted to pass the budget with a 18-2 vote after hours of deliberation. Here are some key takeaways from the budget. It will raise Madison property taxes an average of 3.8%. All departments will have to cut operating budgets by 1%. A total revamp of John Nolan Drive and a new library and a new police station. Recently, Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway spoke with News 3 Now Chris Stanford about the financial challenges facing the city.
Well, we're making cuts so that your property taxes don't go up even more. I mean, that's really the bottom line. You know, between that and the fact that the legislature literally restricts both how much we can spend and how much we can raise property taxes. We can't raise property taxes more than we are. It's illegal.
In a statement, Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway thanked the council and said the city's budget process is never easy, and there are always more community needs and more good ideas than funding can support. You can view what else is in the budget by searching for this story at channel3000.com.
Deputies in Iowa County say they arrested 2 people yesterday after a high-speed chase where speeds reportedly reached 130 miles an hour. Just before 3:45 in the afternoon, deputies followed a vehicle on State Road 23 to State Road 130, then west to County Road M. The vehicle continued west onto Hunter Hollow Road and turned onto Spring Valley Road before driving through a cornfield. Deputies finally stopped the vehicle along Spring Valley Road just over 10 miles north of the city of Dodgeville. A 29-year-old Rui man and a 34-year-old Fenimore woman were both taken into custody. Beloit's transit system is preparing for some major upgrades for bus riders. They're doing what only 2 other Wisconsin cities have done, pair a mobile app to their transit system. Beloit Transit will launch the WISC-Go app in the spring of next year. It'll allow customers to pay for rides without cash, track their buses, plan their routes, and view their travel history. Transit Operations Manager Don Driscoll told us once he saw how the app worked, he wanted to bring it to Beloit.
We're introducing the new technology that's come out that's working fantastic in Milwaukee and Waukesha, and we want to be part of that.
Right now, Beloit bus riders can only pay their fares with cash or paper tickets. Paying with cash will still be an option for those who prefer it, but people using the app can load funds ahead of time with Apple Pay, Google Pay, or a credit card.
The city of Madison is dedicating 2 new sculptures located on South Pinckney Street. Known as Greeting Arc 1 and 2, the 2 sculptures were created by metal artist Sunji Min. They'll flank the pedestrian crosswalk on the new median. The sculptures were funded by the Madison Arts Commission and the Engineering Division.
This will be my first permanent pieces, and it really means that the pieces are going to connect with the community like daily basis, and it's really going to be part of the place, so it really means a lot.
She also says the reflective interior of the arcs are inspired by sunlight reflecting on water, and the curves represent the land that surrounds the water.
If you're going to the Packer game against the Chargers this Sunday, you'll get an extra treat during halftime with a performance from the UW Whitewater Marching Band. It's the first time the group has performed at Lambeau since 2017. The band's show Alive will feature hit songs from movies and musicals, including Come Alive from The Greatest Showman and The Club from In the Heights. There will also be a performance after the game, hopefully to celebrate a Packers victory. And still ahead, a warning from the FDA about another cantaloupe recall.
Plus, ahead of the busy holiday travel season, the TSA gives some reminders on the types of food you are allowed to bring on board a plane. We'll be right back.
The best doorbusters deals of the year are available now at Ashley. Find clearance and overstocked mattresses throughout the store at huge discounts while they last. Sealy Queen mattresses as little as $8 a month. Only at Ashley.
What can our foam do for your home? You'll be warm and comfortable inside, even when it's freezing outside. Your furnace will run less, keeping your heating bills lower. You'll have consistent temperatures throughout the whole house, and those annoying outside noises won't be nearly as loud. Upgrading your insulation upgrades your life. Winterproof now and get 0% financing for 72 months.
USA Insulation.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
Menards 11% sale ends Thanksgiving Day. Don't miss out. DuraClean is an interior paint and primer in one. It comes in a variety of colors, and it's washable, scrubbable, and stain resistant. A gallon of flat is just $22.95 after rebate. Finish your renovations with DuraClean Kitchen and Bath Interior Paint. With its mildew-resistant coating, it protects your walls from frequent exposure to moisture. Get a gallon for $32.79 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The best doorbusters deals of the year are available now at Ashley. Save as much as 68% store-wide and find clearance and overstock items throughout the store at huge discounts while they last. Plus 72-month special financing, only at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
The FDA is warning consumers about another cantaloupe recall due to the risk of salmonella. Vineyard Fruit and Vegetable Company doing a voluntary recall of all of its fresh-cut cantaloupe products. It follows recalls of other cantaloupe products distributed by Eagle Produce. There have been no illnesses due to the cantaloupe reported to date, but salmonella can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in young children, frail or elderly people, as well as those with weakened immune systems.
If you're flying for Thanksgiving, the TSA wants you to know you can bring most holiday foods on board, but there are certain foods that need to be checked in. As a general rule, solid foods can fly with you. Anything that can be poured, spread, sprayed, or pumped should be checked. So make sure your special gravy, cranberry sauce, and wine go under the plane. As for what you do bring on board, make sure to keep it easily accessible. Food items frequently require additional screening at checkpoints.
The United States Postal Service says it lost $6.5 billion in the past year, ending September 30th. This after it previously projected it would break even in the fiscal year. The Postmaster General blames inflation for its losses. Rising operations expenses and higher printing prices in turn reduced the amount of marketing mail sent, lowering revenue. USPS does say the service is making progress on its transformation goals. After the break, where geologists say an earthquake was recorded earlier today, and some folks in southern Wisconsin could feel it.
Plus, owners of wedding barns are voicing their concerns over potentially new regulations for serving liquor. What the changes would mean if the bill is signed by Governor Evers.
And could we see even warmer temperatures tomorrow? Gary's complete forecast when we come back.
The moms have a brand new show.
Are you having a great time?
I'm Mom So Hard Ladies Night. Saturday, November 18th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
Replace your outdated bath or shower with a clean, new, updated look. Make the call to Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler. In as little as 1 day, get a new shower or walk-in tub back with a lifetime warranty. And with Mad City's Price Lock Guarantee, lock your price in for 1 year. And now during our holiday savings sale, receive 75% off installation of a new bath or shower. 48 months, 0 interest. Senior military discounts and a bonus. Receive $500 in Mad City cash with purchase of a new bath or shower. Plus, call during this program and receive a free $50 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. Here's that number again, 608-729-4466.
This is the house that angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care. A framework for living well. Windows to take in the beautiful future. And it's crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living, built with the help of angels.
DePaco Credit Union works to ensure members are well on their way to living a life worth loving. We're committed to enhancing well-being and strengthening the cooperative through programs like Thank Yous. This year, DePaco members share more than $3.3 million in thank yous by saving, borrowing, and planning for the future. When we consistently work together to boost financial well-being, we power the credit union, creating brighter community for all. Not a member? Join the movement where member ownership pays. Visit a DePaco branch or join online at depaco.com.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings, going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Saving the date may be a little bit harder for some Wisconsin couples hoping to tie the knot in an outdoor ceremony.
New changes to how wedding barns are regulated in Wisconsin passed the legislature last night. Political reporter Will Keneally has more on how that may impact the big day.
If you haven't been to one of these wedding barn facilities before, it can be kind of a unique opportunity where you can get married right behind this oak tree behind me to inside the barn next door with a dance floor right here. But under a bill that passed the state legislature last night, that could change for many Wisconsinites.
I call this my office.
In the decades that Dave Meal has been operating Badger Farm in Cottage Grove, he's seen it all.
We've been doing weddings for 18 years. This is our 18th year. We're like probably the 3rd or 4th wedding barn. Now there's way over 250.
That's for the entire state. And things may change for those wedding barn owners after legislation passed in the Capitol Tuesday night. It's a wide-ranging change to alcohol regulation in Wisconsin, including a new state agency. But for wedding barn owners, it would require them to get an alcohol license or take a separate license, which would only allow them to operate half a dozen times a year.
How many businesses can remain viable operating only 6 times a year, 1 day a month? It makes no sense.
Now, venues could still get a liquor license and operate more freely, but that's not a good fit for some.
Still get registered or licensed or whatever. Yeah, so we're going to have to do that, which is going to upset the mantra that I like to do with having the choice. One of the reasons I really like the way we do it is, first and foremost, for those couples who are not sponsored by parents or something and do it on their own, huge price savings for them, huge.
The bill passed with bipartisan support Tuesday night, and it's now up to Governor Evers whether he will sign it.
Reporting from Cottage Grove, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Dave Meal does tell us that he expects to get a license and stay open regardless of the changes.
Well, some folks in southern Wisconsin may have felt the jolt of an earthquake early this morning. The magnitude 3.6 quake was detected about 4:41 a.m. It was centered southeast of Standard, Illinois. That's about 100 miles southwest of Chicago. Multiple people in Illinois called 911 when they felt it. Earthquakes are uncommon in northern Illinois, but do happen more frequently in the southern part of the state. Beautiful day to be outside tomorrow, maybe even better. Here's Gary, complete forecast.
Well, temperatures should be about the same as today, but we'll see a big change after that. This is Wisconsin Winter Weather Awareness Week. We're not even really thinking about winter weather, at least in the short term, but there are 2 types of weather systems that tend to bring us most of our snow here in southern Wisconsin. The first is called an Alberta Clipper. This comes out of southern Canada and basically follows that northwesterly wind flow aloft that brings the colder air in. So as the storm system forms in the southern provinces of Canada, typically in Alberta, it starts to encounter the cold air from the Canadian plains and also picks up a little bit of moisture coming over the Rocky Mountains. As the storm starts to drop into the Midwest, it gets caught in the jet stream and then typically takes a path through, say, northern Illinois, far southern Wisconsin. They travel pretty quickly, so that tends to limit the snowfall amounts here. Then the storm heads off to the east. Generally for us, it leaves about 1 to 3 inches of snow. A little slower moving storm could be somewhere in the 4 to 6 inch range. These storms typically turn into nor'easters as they head toward the Atlantic Ocean and pick up moisture there for New England. Now for us, our biggest snowmakers are what are called panhandle hook storms because they go into the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. The jet stream basically comes right down the front of the Rocky Mountains. Low pressure forms usually in southeastern Colorado, drops down into Oklahoma and Texas, and because it's closer to the Gulf of Mexico, tends to pick up more moisture. So it drags the cold air south, it brings the moisture northward. You can see the warm air on the south side of the storm. It's not uncommon to have severe weather in the warmer air on the southern side of the storm while a snowstorm is going on the north part. And usually the track would be right about over Chicago. That's about the most favorable track for us, bringing the heaviest snow from eastern Iowa through southern Wisconsin. And then as the storm heads off to the east, it's usually followed by colder air. These storms typically last about 18 to 36 hours, and these are the ones that could bring over a foot of snow if the conditions are just right. Nothing like that, and the three things to know. In fact, tomorrow, one last mild day, high temperatures in the mid-60s. The record high for tomorrow is 70. I don't think we'll get quite that warm, but we're talking temperatures about 20 degrees above average. Temperatures drop by about 20 degrees, though, from tomorrow to Friday. So high temperatures on Friday, probably in the middle 40s compared to the middle 60s. And then as we head into the weekend, seasonal temperatures, but even colder weather expected as we head toward the Thanksgiving holiday with highs only in the lower 30s. You can see that in the 10-day temperature trend. 32 for a high Saturday, 33 on Black Friday, and 33 on Thanksgiving. That's actually below the average high temperature of 40. Whereas, like I say, tomorrow we're looking at temperatures about 20 degrees above average with that high of 65. Doppler track, quiet. The air is very dry across the Midwest. Not seeing any rain or snow. Future track precipitation over the next 10 days shows very little in the way of snow across Wisconsin. But the good news is for those traveling, over the next 10 days, there might be some very minor snow to our south and up in the lake effect snow regions of Michigan. Otherwise, we're probably looking at just flurries at best. Planning your night, temperatures lower 40s by 10 p.m. Notice that those temperatures change very little into midnight, but the winds start picking up out of the south and clouds start to come in from the west. So the temperatures actually rise a little bit. So by tomorrow morning, we're in the middle 40s. Planning your night across Dane County, low 43 in Brooklyn, 43 in Windsor, and 42 in Waterloo. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, La Crosse only drops to 49, 45 Monroe, and 44 in Janesville. Tomorrow, sunshine in the morning, then cloudy, windy, very mild in the afternoon with a high of 64 degrees. That cold front comes through tomorrow night. Notice the temperatures in the upper 50s, just a couple of spotty showers, but notice the drop in temperatures. By 6 a.m. Friday morning, we're down into the middle 30s. The first warn 7 to 10 day forecast, mid 40s for Friday, around 50 for the weekend. It'll be dry then. Shower chances start to arrive Monday afternoon, maybe mixing with snow Monday night into Tuesday morning before ending. Quiet but cold weather through the Thanksgiving holiday. Thanksgiving only 33 for a high, and then maybe a couple of flurries from Friday afternoon into Saturday and Sunday of the holiday weekend. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Earn a 40-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's right, a 40-cent fuel saver for every $60. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
A-plus rated with the BBB, Mad City Baths is your trusted source for durable, high-quality baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day. And now, during our holiday savings sale, receive 75% off installation of a new bath or shower. 48 months, zero interest, and receive $500 Mad City cash with purchase of a new bath or shower. Plus, call during this program and receive a free $50 Walmart gift card with in-home estimate.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Now, lease a built Ford Tough F-150 STX for $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
This is Matt Gunderson. It still hits me every time TAPS is played. We're honored to serve those who served. An eligible Veterans Life Celebration includes honors recognizing their dedication and selfless service, including uniform and medal displays.
McGann Furniture is closing its doors. The owners are retiring. It's the final weeks of our going out of business sale. Everything in the store must be sold. Store-wide markdowns of up to 47%. Plus, we're taking reasonable offers on everything. Make us an offer on quality name brand furniture, including Amish, dining room sets, bedroom sets, recliners, upholstery, and mattresses. Free financing, special sale hours. Hurry in today to the final weeks going out of business sale at McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
Hy-Vee hot deals are hotter than hot. 6-pack Pepsi products, $2.99 each when you buy 4. Lay's kettle cooked, rolled gold, or munchies, $1.99 each when you buy 3. And fresh ground beef, $2.99 for a 1-pound roll. Only at Hy-Vee.
Thursday morning, we're honoring women veterans with the unveiling of a new memorial in the 608. Josh will have an early look from the Wisconsin Dells.
And we will be tracking a cold front that'll be arriving tomorrow night. Join us tomorrow morning between 4:30 and 7.
Saturday's the final home game for a handful of Badgers, and this senior class has certainly seen its share of ups and downs over the past 4 and in some cases 5, even 6 years. Through the wins, the losses, the coaching changes, the injuries, the group did stick together and stuck with it, giving it everything they had both on and off the field. And when they run out of the tunnel at Camp Randall for the final time as Badgers on senior day, it will be emotional, but it's a journey they wouldn't change.
It's a very special place. It's always been a special place to me, and I think you know, Coach Fickle talked a little bit about the importance of sending the seniors off in Camp Randall on a positive note, and it'll be very special for me, and to have my family there, and I think just in reflection of everything that I've been through throughout my journey here, it'll be very cool.
You know, the memories I've made with people, relationships I've had at Wisconsin, and the education I've been able to gain was something I wouldn't trade for the world. So, you know, it's maybe the man I am today, and helped shape me into the man I'm going to be in the future.
Into this week's tune in this week to the Wisconsin Huddle. Braden Locke and Zach take a look ahead to the Nebraska game and break down and draw. They actually will draw. We'll check their art skills. The Freedom Trophy. Show starts 6:30 Friday night right here on News 3 Now. Brewers make it official. Pat Murphy is the 20th manager in Brewer franchise history. He replaces Craig Counsell, who left for Gary's Cubs. Murph spent the last 8 seasons as bench coach before joining the Brew crew. He served as interim manager for the San Diego Padres, went 42-54 in San Diego. Former Brewer Ricky Weeks has been named the team's associate manager.
Okay, finally tonight, most people would do anything to keep roaches out of their homes, right? Well, one pest control company is looking to pay you to let them in. The Pest Informer is offering $2,500 to homeowners who will let them infest their home with cockroaches. It's part of a study to help the company evaluate the effectiveness of a specific pest control technique. If selected, you have to live in your home for 30 days without using any other pest control methods. The company says it will resort to traditional cockroach treatment options if the new technique fails. So, if you were willing to take this risk, you can apply at pestinformer.com.
Charlotte, what do you think?
No.
$2,500 for a month.
1 month. No.
They better be good at getting them all out after a month. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah.
Gary's back. One final check of the forecast.
Oh, beautiful day out there today. Skies are still clear here in Madison. That's allowing temperatures to drop down. In fact, right now, high temperatures today made it well into the 60s. 64 Madison, 64 Janesville, 67 at Boscobel, Milwaukee in the 60s. But take a look at current temperatures. We've dropped to 46 here in Madison. Most areas seeing temperatures in the 40s. Here in Dane County, still 50 degrees in Edgerton and 42 in Middleton. We'll look for lows right around 42 before temperatures rise overnight.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.